message, or if you have chosen using the last digit of your birth year, then the last digits for you are 5 and 9. So let's get into your message. An urgent message from your higher self regarding a truth that you need to know, a hidden truth. Okay, it can be something about yourself, it can be about your situation, I don't know, whatever it is, but your higher self has an urgent message regarding a truth that you need to know right now, and you're ready to know this truth. Okay, and then we have the Raven card. Okay, and the Raven, Raven are messengers. They bring the messages from the spirit world to the human world, right? And I feel like right now, whenever you feel anxious, remember this Raven spirit is helping you to bring the truth of the situation. And once you channel this Raven spirit, you will be able to eliminate the stress that you will feel. Okay, so call upon the Raven spirit. The Raven spirit will give you the messages that will take you out of your anxiety. Okay, so one thing your higher self is telling you at this time, that is that. And if you are feeling a little bit anxious, yes, the Raven spirit is bringing you messages, and you are someone who can communicate with the spirit world easily. You can connect with your guides, your angels very easily, with your higher self very easily, and you can get your messages through signs, through synchronicities, through songs. Yes, whenever you hear those songs, stick to it. Okay, maybe suddenly you hear a song out of nowhere and it is like a message. You feel like this is what I was asking. Stick to it, focus on it, let go of those anxious and worry thoughts. Okay, so that's something your higher self is telling you. So in the coming days, your higher self is telling you that there is definitely more connection you will be feeling to the spirit world, more messages you will be receiving, more signs than usual you will be receiving, and accept it and trust it. Okay, and once you see those signs and messages, believe in it and just focus on it. Okay, don't focus on the anxious thoughts, don't focus on the worryful thoughts, focus on what this sign is or what this message is. Okay, that's something your message is from your higher self. So let's see what is the urgent message from your higher self regarding the truth that you need to know. Maybe about a situation, maybe about you, maybe something you're not seeing, whatever your higher self wants you to know. Yeah, are you worried about something? Maybe there is a little bit of worries, there is a little bit of anxiety that your higher self is talking about, and your higher self is telling you that there is a major gift that is coming your way, and this major gift is self-realization. You will be realizing something about yourself in the near future. Maybe this is the truth, maybe this is your qualities, maybe this is about your gifts. A major self-realization is going to happen in the near future for you guys, and as I say that, I'm feeling that goosebumps energy, so I'm sure this is a message from your higher self. Yes, there is something regarding your potential, regarding your untapped potential, you will be realizing that will make you very happy. Okay, and again, right now maybe there is a little bit of anxiety, there is a little bit of worry, maybe you're focusing on the unwanted things, and that's the truth, you're focusing on the unwanted things. Are you watching a lot of news right now? Okay, if so, please take a step back. Or maybe are you worried about the future of our earth, or are you worried about the future of your kids, or you're worried about your own future, or you're worried about the future of your parents? Don't focus on all those things, because there is no control, right? We cannot control anything. Those things are out of our control. The future of other people, the future of this world, it's all out of our control. That's something your higher self is reminding you. Even though you think about it, you worry about it, nothing good is going to come out of it, right? So your future self is telling you to divert your attention to yourself, because at this moment you are going to realize some sort of gift that you have within yourself that you have not used. It's a major realization of self that is going to happen. So you need to be a little bit mindful of your thoughts. At this time, don't get into this anxious thoughts, worry thoughts, because the anxiety is like the anxious thoughts, like one thought will start and then it will lead to another, it will lead to another, and then it is like too much, right? Maybe you have gone through it, you know it, right? Maybe you're already going through it. and it can really scare us. And this is not the path you want to go at this time. Okay, you don't have to go to this path. So watching too much news, let go of it. If there are people who are talking a lot of negativity, please set boundaries with them. Tell them that you're not ready to hear these things. You need to be open. You need to communicate with them. And even after that, they don't listen. Maybe you need to stop picking up their calls. So you need to protect your energy, your space at this time. Very important, because at this time you might fall into the trap of that negativity, of the fear, and your higher self is telling you to come back to yourself, to come back to peace. Don't focus on anxiety. The higher self is telling you to come back to peace here. And the peace can come only from within. And what you want to see outside, it should come first within, right? And you can see people scared right now around you, talking about a lot of stuff around you. Yes, I'm not saying it's not the truth. Your higher self is like, it's not the truth, that is what is happening. But you don't want to make it your reality, right? So you don't have to focus on it, because it's not going to be your reality. You don't need it. So that's why you need to pull back your energy. You need to protect yourself. This is a very important time where you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself, group number one. Because you have certain abilities, certain gifts, certain talents that you're ready to know about. This is that time where you have to completely focus on you. Yeah, not on the anxious thoughts, not on the worries of the future, where this world is going. No, nothing like that. You don't have to worry about all those things, because that's not something you can control anyways, right? So what you can do is to take back your power, take control of the situation, and focus on peace. Like how you can control? By focusing on peace, by trusting, by replacing fear by faith, right? So that's something your message is, because there is a gift that is going to come. It's like a realization that is going to happen, major realization that is going to happen within yourself, that is going to create an inner shift that will lead to your happiness, that is going to lead to your own fulfillment. Okay, so let's see group number one. What is the urgent message by your higher self regarding the truth that you need to know at this time? Yeah, look, we have the card of frustration. And you know, again, it's like sometimes when we are in this energy of frustration, like I'll show an example of a person who is completely frustrated, and they are looking at the news, and they're just focused on their mobile phone, and they're walking, and then they don't see the trap, and they fall into the trap, they fall into the hole. Like that is what your higher self is telling you at this time. If you are distracted, if you're worried, you might fall into a hole that you don't want to fall in, right? Again, oh, we have Simba here. Yes, okay, so yes, yeah, sometimes you invite a lot of things that you don't want because you're distracted. You're not engaging in the energy of peace because you're not trusting divine, you're not trusting higher power, you're trusting those fearful news. That distraction can put you in places that you don't want to be in at this time. So here, be very careful. That's what your higher self is telling you. Be very, very careful in the coming next days, because it is very easy for us to fall into the trap of all this that is happening around us, and it's very easy for us to lose the peace that we have acquired for a very long time, right? The faith that we have acquired for a very long time. It's very easy for us to get into it. Maybe right now you're frustrated, right? Right now you're feeling that frustration because of how the world is going, or maybe there is something happening around you, or the people, the way they talk, what they're thinking. Maybe everything is frustrating and you're taking it upon you, and it's kind of making you feel stressed, anxious. Yes, so here, come back to yourself. Yeah, come back to yourself. Shut that noise, outside noise, and listen to that inner noise. Yes. Come back to peace here. That's something I'm getting. As I say this, I'm feeling those goosebumps here. Because there is a major realization, major gift. That is something about yourself that will be revealed to you guys. And it's very important for you to not get distracted at this time. Okay. So let's see. We have, oh wow, we have the frequency shift. Interesting. The frequency shift is right now, yeah, because the frequency of the world is kind of changing, I feel like that, right? Yeah, you need to be very aware of where you're giving your attention and energy. If you're giving your attention and energy to frustration, to fear, to think those thoughts that is not good for you, right? You might be in that frequency, and you might not be in that frequency of peace. So you get to choose your own frequency by engaging in thoughts, right? The thoughts, right? What kind of thoughts you are engaging in, that is what you're going to see, because your frequency will be like that right now. So your higher self is really telling you at this time to call back your power, not shrink yourself for anyone. And yes, if there are people who maybe lower your vibe, or maybe news that lower your vibe, this is your calling to stay away from it. Because the news that is important for your safety will be given to you guys. You cannot miss those news. You cannot miss those information. Sometimes we are like, oh, there is something important happening. What if I miss if I don't watch the news? You will not miss. Spirit will give you that information. That's amazing, right? How spirit works, because spirit is going to protect you no matter what. But do you trust spirit, or do you trust media? Like that's what I feel like here. It's very important for you to trust spirit at this time. With this Raven energy, you will get the messages you need. Whatever you need will be given to you guys. You will feel it automatically. You will get the messages. Do you trust spirit? That's the question. If you're trusting the spirit, if you're trusting God, you are going to realize something about your potential that you have not realized before, and it will make you understand something that you're missing, right? Again, this is the time to focus on faith for sure. How you can simplify your life at this time? That is also a question your higher self is asking. Maybe there is too much going on your plate, maybe overthinking and all. How you can simplify your life? So maybe if you are going through a lot of thinking, right, anxious thoughts, how you can simplify those thoughts? Maybe meditation might help, maybe going out in nature might help, or maybe doing some activities that you love might help. Maybe a loved one who is really, really positive, you can talk to them, right? Those things. Or maybe watching content that really inspires you, motivates you. Maybe get back to painting, maybe get back to dressing up. Maybe you have not dressed up for a while, maybe you have not worn makeup for a while. Maybe do those kinds of things that really changes your energy. Yeah, sometimes wearing certain clothes also changes our energies. So what kind of clothes you are in at this time, maybe you have not been feeling it. Maybe, doing something for yourself will change that vibe. Okay, so that's something your higher self's urgent message is. Yeah, oh wow, we have the conflict and defeat. Yes, look again, this kind of energy. Oh, you got a lot of things. Wow, you got 2 chakras as well. And then we have the 6. Oh, we have the world card as well. So yeah, so this conflict and defeat, this person looks so defeated. It feels like his own people betrayed him, but at the same time he's like, even though he's falling, there is this light here, isn't it? There is always that light, there is always that small glimmer of hope, right? And yes, that's what it is right now. Maybe this is the energy. Maybe things have been not going the way you wanted to go. There has been those fears, those conflict, those feeling of defeat, right? And that is what I'm telling. Don't engage in it, because again, the outside world feels like this right now. Maybe your outside world, or the news, the people around you, or maybe you're going through a situation that feels like this, but that's not your reality. That's not it, okay? That's why, because if you're focusing on it, you will be frustrated and you will fall into a trap, and then you might do the same things, like you will go through the same cycle. You don't need to do that. You are here to shift your frequency, your vibe, and you're here to enter a new cycle. Enter a new cycle of success, of victory, of completion, right? Again, that's what I feel like here with the 6 of Wands and the universe. This is the world card, victory and success and universe here. And you have the solar plexus chakra, and you have the third eye chakra. Again, your intuition, your gift. This is about your gift. This is your talents. Maybe you've been seeing 666. Yeah, confidence is required at this time. Yeah, maybe you are going through this fear, this defeat right now. Maybe something you did didn't work out, right? Maybe you have been feeling like you didn't get your victory and you're losing hope, you're losing your confidence. And with this third eye chakra, as I mentioned, the raven is giving you the messages, the signs, the vision. It will be shown to you guys. So this is not the time to give that energy to defeat, to conflict, to give that power to that thing, whatever that is. It's time to take your power back, to be confident in your path, to be confident in your success, to be confident that yes, you will be able to overcome this and rise above this, because you will be. So that's why this is not the time to this is not the time to get distracted. This is not the time to get into worry. This is your test where you have to pull back your energy and stay in the energy of peace. That's what you need to be very aware of your vibration, where you're giving your energy attention, because of your frequency matters, right? So that's what it is. This is the time where you have to meditate more, maybe doing affirmations more than, like, maybe more affirmations is required. You need to remind yourself, like, you shouldn't get into this energy of frustration, right? You need to take your power back, to be confident in your path. Yes. Look, we have the number 3 here. 21 reduces to 3, 3 and 6, 6. So yes, we have 3, 3, 3, 6, 6, 6. Might be these numbers important for you guys at this time. You are going to get the success. You are going to overcome this defeat, conflict, whatever it is. But stay focused. Stay focused. Okay, that's very important. Don't let this outside noise make you feel like you will not reach where you want to reach. Yes, don't let that happen. Focus on self-love, self-care at this time. Okay, that's something your higher self is reminding you at this time. So let's see. And your success is assured. Can you trust divine like that? Yes, maybe you're not seeing it in your 3D, but your success is there. You will be able to complete what you have started. You're not going to be in the middle like this. Maybe this is the fear that what if I'll be in this middle of nowhere, not getting anything, and that is kind of frustrating you. Nothing like that will happen. So if that is not going to happen, why you're engaging on those things? You need to engage in victorious thoughts. You should see yourself victorious. That's where you need to give your attention. Okay. So let's see what else your original message is. Higherself. Okay, we got a personal choice here. So maybe right now I will tell you to just close your eyes and what animal you see. And maybe that animal has a message for you. So just close your eyes, take a moment, and what you saw. Right now I'm seeing ants. Okay, I saw an ant, and ant talks about hard work. So all that hard work you did, you will get the results for it. So the ants, work in the summertime, and when winter comes, they can reap the rewards, right? So I saw an ant. Maybe you saw a different animal. So you can think of a message. Maybe that's personal to you. Okay, so let's see one more card here. So we have the wolf pathfinder. Oh my god, that's a wolf, right? Again, the wolf energy. Look at his eyes. It feels like he is just focused on what he wants. What he wants, he is getting it. He is not dying. He is not losing his focus. He is not getting frustrated. He is not dwelling in the outside. He is not dwelling on what doesn't work out. He's like, this is what I want. This is what I want, and I'm focused on that. This is the path I'm wanting and focused on it. And you will get it. So that's what you need to know. And you can find your path. Even if you have been derailed, you can come back to yourself, right? You can get out of that situation. Yeah. Release your past and start a new journey. You're a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Okay, so let's see the final message for group number 1. Okay, you have a group. Okay. So this is a person waiting on something. If you look at the image, husband, marriage, this is the person who's waiting on something. He's like waiting for his bride to come. And he's sure that his bride will come. So again, the expectation, like the wolf eyes. You need to be expecting what you want to see in your reality. Don't get derailed. Don't get frustrated. Don't get out of your path. Right now, stick to your vision. Stick to your plan. Because if you stick to it, you will be able to complete what you have started. You will be able to overcome anything. You will be able to get the victory that you wanted. And Spirit is with you, helping you in this journey. The ravens are with you, giving you the messages at the correct time. But you need to be open to that. If you are in this worry energy, you will not be open to that, right? So that's what I'm getting here for group number 1. Oh wow, one more thing I have to say before I end. We have the black jaguar. Again, the eyes. The jaguar also. The focus. I would say the focus is very important. So that's what your future self is, your higher self wants you to know at this time about you, the truth that you need to know. So I'll leave you here. Bye-bye. Number 2, you have been drawn to this image, or if you have chosen using the last digit of your birth year, then the last digits for you are 1, 3 and 7. So let's get into your message here. Urgent messages from your higher self regarding something you need to know. This can be the hidden truth that you are overlooking, or maybe you are not seeing it. Hidden truth about you, whatever your higher self wants you to know. And we have our support system. We have Simba. Nowadays, Simba is coming again and again when I do readings. I don't know. Maybe, he used to not come at this time when I used to do reading. But I've been noticing for the week, last week, he has been there with me. Okay. Okay, that's maybe he will go after some time, but sometime nowadays he's coming here. Yes, he wants to give us the support, maybe, right? Yeah, during these times, little bit of tough times, maybe they sense something. Yeah, okay, I love this guy so much. Yeah, so let's see. So we have the forest. Maybe you have also a support system. Okay, maybe you have support system in your home that is like there with you. I hope you don't mind this little cute pause. Okay, so okay, yeah, so let's start. I'm getting distracted, I'm sorry. So we have the forest here. Oh, again, deep diving into the forest. The forest is a very scary place. Sometimes we are so afraid to get lost in the forest, right? And here your higher self is telling you that you are not going to get lost in the forest. Rather, the forest is going to give you the way, show you the way, show you the signs, and you will come back home. You will always come back home. So that's something I'm getting here. So maybe this is your calling to deep dive into certain things, into certain areas of your life. You're not going to get lost there. You will come back to yourself. So this is a message of that, to deep dive into something that requires your attention. So that's something your message is from your higher self right now. And you know what? The forest is also a very magical place. There are trees, there are animals, there is so much beauty in the forest. Sometimes we are so afraid that we don't go into that beauty, right? So sometimes, sometimes we are afraid of the unknown. Maybe we are afraid to deep dive into the unknown because we don't know where it's going to take us, because this is the first time we are going somewhere. But don't be afraid here. Like the trees, like in the forest, the trees, the animals are going to speak to you, and they will give you what you need, and they will bring you to the safe place. That's something your message is from your higher self at this time. So don't be afraid to take a leap of faith. Don't be afraid to get into the unknown. Don't be afraid to take a risk. I'm getting here. Maybe there is a risky thing that you need to do. Go ahead with it. You will be safe. So that's something your higher self is telling you. And I feel like one of the things that your higher self wants you to know is like you can always find your way back home. You can always come back to yourself. You're that kind of a person. Yes. So don't be afraid to take chance on something that you have been feeling like taking chance on. Yes. Okay, so let's see. What else is the message here? Group number 2. Urgent message from your higher self. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, again, the cat energy. Look, the cat, the shadow. Don't be afraid to deep dive into your shadow. You're not going to get lost. Rather, you will be learning from your shadow and coming back to yourself in a very mature way that will take you a long way ahead in your journey. Wow. Again, the cat. Oh, the cat came here, right? My Simba came here to give you the support. That again, it's that energy. You will be supported. You're not going to be alone when you deep dive into the unknown. So again, this is like the mirror and the cat. It's representing the shadow. The shadow. There is certain things that you need to deep dive. Many times we are so afraid to face our shadows because we feel like we will get lost in the shadows. No, no, no. Your higher self is telling you the truth that you don't see is like once you start facing your shadows, that is the moment you rise above your shadows. You take control over your shadows here, and that will take you to a new path. Look, again, we have a boat, we have this footprints and a key that will take you to a complete new place here. Yeah, there is so much you have to discover. Yes, that's the thing. There is so much things you have to discover, but in order to discover, we have to walk the unknown path. We have to go to the forest where we don't know where we are headed. We will have to trust the trees, we have to trust the animals to show the way. We have to trust our own self and trust our instincts. But we will always come back where we want to come. So for this group, your higher self's urgent message is like, one of the things is like, it's okay for you to work with your shadows. Don't be afraid. This is going to be a game changer for you, because once you stop running away from your shadows, rather once you shake hand with your shadow, you rise above, and that's the moment you take control of your shadows, and that will lead to a new beginning. New life, new adventure will start for you, because your shadows, the shadows are the fears, right? The shadows are kind of holding you back. It has held you back for your entire life. Now, as you face your shadow with courage, you're going to not get lost in it. Sometimes we feel like, what if I get lost in the forest? I will not be able to return. No. That's not going to happen here. As you face your shadows, as you face those fears, you are going to overcome, and you're going to know where you want to go. Again, the forest will give, even you're in the forest, the again, you will be able to see the foot stamps, right? Again, whatever it is, like you will be able to see the direction, and you will have your boat, you will have the keys, you will have everything to come back to yourself. Yes, so again, don't be afraid to face your shadows. Don't be afraid to face your fears, because you're going to rise above it and you're going to take control of it, and that will lead to you getting what you want. So don't be afraid of taking a leap of faith. Don't be afraid of risk. Don't be afraid of being adventurous, because this is all going to take you back to what you want. Yes. Okay, so let's see what else for group number 2. You're not alone. You're not alone. Your higher self is telling you, reminding you that you're not alone in this journey. Look, you have the support system. My Simba is giving you 100% support at this time. Sitting here, right? So you are not alone. Sometimes we might feel like, what if I get lost? Because I don't know. I don't know how to check GPS. You know, when you go alone by yourself, you will know it. You have it. Maybe before you just didn't try. So this is the time to try new things. And that's when you understand that I had the capability already, but I just didn't use it. So that's something I'm getting here. Don't be afraid of your shadow. Face it. Rise above it. And that is going to give you what you really want. That is going to open up this entire new things for you in your life that you really want to experience. The only thing was stopping you from experiencing it is that your shadow believing that you wouldn't be able to do it. And you hold on to that shadow, but once you rise above that thing, you're going to do exactly what you thought you would never be able to do. Okay, so let's see group number 2. What else here? So we have the surrender. Wow, like again the surrender, the pain. Again, the energy of the pain as well, the energy of anxiety, the energy of sadness. Look at the frustration. All those back cards are like this: pain, anxiety, frustration, sadness. Sometimes we are so afraid to face those things. We run away from it. But once we face those things, and once we surrender, that's when we come out of it, right? We are afraid to we are afraid to face our own fear. We are afraid to face our own frustration. We are afraid to face our own sadness, our own pain. Sometimes we just run away from it. But once we start facing it, once we look in eye to eye, that's when this whole new world begins, because that's when we surrender. Right? Again, that's the thing. Once you start looking eye to your shadows, that's when you understand that the shadows have no power. I felt the shadows have power because I gave power to them. The more I ran away from it, the more I gave power to it. But once I look in the eye, I understood that I have the power, not that shadow. And I rise above. So yes, that's what I'm getting here. This is the energy for you guys at this time. To not be afraid of anything. And whenever you feel like you don't know what you need to do, surrender. You will get your answers. Again, the forest. Whenever you need help, you will get that help. You're not alone. Okay, so let's see what else here. Your urgent message from your higher self regarding a truth that you need to know, regarding yourself, whatever. Group number. Wow, can look gifted. Yes, you have not been using your potential. Like you have not been using those. Yeah, again, it feels like there's so much potential that you've not been using. There are so many gifts that you have not been using because of the fear of certain things. Yes. That's the thing. Once you start facing your fears, once you start facing your shadows, that's when you realize how many times I have lowered my self-worth for nothing. How many times I have given up for nothing. Because if I would have trusted myself, I would have realized that I would have conquered anything. But before I didn't. Because the shadows, when I was so afraid to face my shadows, they had a control over me. But once I faced eye to eye without any worries, that's when I realized how powerful I am, right? Again, it can be this energy of sometimes we are so afraid of the people who are authoritative figure. So even though we don't want to do something, so yeah, again, it feels like the devil energy. I feel like that the devil energy can be like the conditioning. Sometimes we are so afraid of certain things that we give our power to that authoritative figure or to that belief rather than facing that belief, right? But once we start facing it, that belief has no power. The reason why that belief had the power is because we had given that power to that, isn't it? That's what I'm getting here. Again, it can be with money. Sometimes we are very afraid of money. We run away from, again, we run away from money. Sometimes we are afraid to look into our accounts. Sometimes we are afraid of so many things because we have given that control to the money. But once we face that fear, and once we're like, oh, this is this much only, yeah, that's okay. I can deal with it, right? Again, it can be with like animals as well. Sometimes when we run away, when a person is scared, again, the scared person, like if they're afraid of a dog and they're scared, the dog is going to run away. Run. If you're running, they will run behind you. But once you have that courage to face it, you can tame that dog also. It's like something like that I'm getting here. It's something that is the energy here for you guys. I would say that's what I'm picking up very strongly. Here, you've given power to something, maybe an authoritative figure, rather than realizing the power you hold. So, for example, I'll give you're very afraid of your boss. You listen to your boss. And even though there are certain things that you don't like, you listen. You sell your authenticity. You sell yourself for short because you're very afraid of that boss.
So but once you stand up for yourself and you're not afraid of anything, right? You're not afraid of losing the job, you're not afraid of anything, right? Because you know that even if I lose my job, I will be okay. Like once you have that understanding, like once you start believing in yourself that I will be able to provide for myself or something like that, when you look in eye to that person holds no control over you. They cannot control you. The only time they can control you when you're in fear. But when you are in this courageous energy, once you believe in your own skills, your own gifts, no one has any power over you. We might believe they had power when we are in fear. That's why people love to make everyone fear. Have you seen? The teachers make the kids fearful because that's how it is all the time. The men sometimes scares women because they want the control. Like, again, that's what it is. The boss controls their employees. They have that fear. And again, the fear is what it keeps them in the bare minimum, right? Because they fear that they will lose job one day if they say something. They lose this, they lose that, because they don't recognize their own power. And once we are in the fear, yeah, that fear will control us. So I feel like that's something I'm getting here. You need to be very authentic to yourself at this time. If you're doing something that doesn't give you that in authenticity, or it feels like you're just selling yourself for short or something like that, take your power back. Don't be afraid to go into the unknown. Yes, it might be a time where we don't know where we're going, when we do certain things like that, when we when we face our shadows. But here, your higher self is telling you, you're so gifted. You will be understanding so much about yourself. And again, there will be new ways, new keys, new paths will be opening that you have not seen yet. So let's see. Even though the forest might be a little bit scary, there are trees that nurture us. There are animals that can become our guide. Like, yeah, that's something I'm picking up. So let's see, group number 2, urgent message from your higher self. Stand your ground. Yes, that's the thing. Wow. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the fulfillment of wishes. Why I'm saying fishes. Then stand your ground. Again, this person is not going to give up. He knows that. He knows his potential. Once you start knowing your potential, no one can stop you from making your dreams come true. The only thing that can stop you is when you feel like someone has control over you. Someone has power over you. And yeah, again, that's the fear energy. And many times people stay in this fear energy. They're like, what I'll do if I lose this thing? Yes, again, that's the thing. Many people doesn't walk. Yeah, again, it's like we always run away from our fear. We always do the opposite. Rather than facing that shadow, facing the fear, we run away from it. And that's when we lose our own self, and that's when we feel like we have to sell in for short, we have to do what others are telling us. We don't realize our own potential. We feel like we're not good enough, and that can stop us from living the life that we are meant to live. But here your message is like, yeah, face your shadows, face your fear, stand your ground. And once you do that, you will be able to get to where you want to go. So again, are you afraid of going into a forest? Like that's the example here. If you're afraid of the unknown, going into the forest, you will stay in your comfort zone. You will be in that fearful state. Yes, you will be getting what you want, like the bare minimum, but you will not be able to get to your deepest desires. But once you have made up your mind and you're like, I am going to face this fear of mine, and I'm going to stand strong and not give up. And that's when you will be able to see clearly. You will be able to see how you have given that control to the authoritative figure or whatever it is. Because you don't feel that you have that power, because you've given the power. That's how we have been raised. That's how we have been conditioned. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we follow certain people, and we give so much power to other people over us that we lose our own control. And we instead of focusing that God is our supply, we focus someone else is supplying us. How many times we feel like that this is the thing that will supply me? No, that's just a way. God, sometimes we forget that God is what is our source. The main source is God. And when we lose that, we get into this trap. Yeah, we get into this trap, like we have to follow someone, we have to do this only, we have to live a life that doesn't make us happy, we have to do a job that doesn't make us happy, and we will live in that fear. But once we face it, stand our ground, we can make our deepest desires come true. That is what it is. Yeah. But for that, we have to surrender the concerns to the universe. We have to give it to the universe. We have to surrender everything to the universe. It's like a risk that we have to take. Sometimes when we are ready, good things happen, right? Yes, but you have to go through that phase also, where you have to stand strong with courage. Okay. So let's see group number 2. What is this urgent message? So you have, like, are you ready for the adventure? When we go in an adventure, we will not know where we are headed. We cannot plan everything. We cannot plan everything, right? When we are going on an adventure, some things might happen out of nowhere, and we have to be resilient enough to face anything. We have to be courageous enough to face any challenges and stand our ground. And that's when the adventure will become beautiful. And we have to give that trust to divine, that divine will take care of everything. But we don't trust. That's the problem. We trust the fear more than our God, right? We focus on fear more than faith. So it's time to change that. That's what your urgent message is. Okra whale, maybe orca whale might be significant for you guys. Maybe you have been seeing the word ORCA everywhere. I'm getting that as well. Dare to do things differently. Yep, that's what it is. Do you dare to do things differently? When we are daring to do things differently, yes, there is going to be some issues, of course, but you have the strength to face it. That's why it's like a dare. Sing your wild song, manifest your travel dreams, attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal, friends and family are your treasures. Be brave, you are more powerful than you know. That's the thing, you are more powerful than you know. You're more gifted than you realize. You're so powerful. It's time to understand that. That's what your higher self is telling you. Okay, so that's the beautiful message I received for group number 2. Hope it made sense. Hope it resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Number 3, this is the image you have been drawn to, or if you have chosen using the last digit of your birth year, then the last digits for you are 2, 4 and 6. So urgent messages from your higher self, maybe the truth that your higher self wants you to show, what's hidden from you, or what you're not seeing, whatever, the urgent messages from your higher self. And we have the survivor, and look, she is standing here, right? She has survived a lot of things. And the snake also, she has gone through a lot of things in her life, and she has come out of that. She has survived, and now she has this what it is called, this is like perception, or she has this heightened sense, right? Because you have gone through a lot of things, you can see things what others can't see. You have a big eye now. You can see through the deception of other people. You can see how people control, manipulate. You can see through all those things because you are a wounded healer. You might had a narcissistic parent, or you might have gone through a lot of abuse when you were a child, or maybe in the past, and now you have this heightened sense. I'm getting like that you can see through everything, right? And you have healed also. You have come a long way now. You have been in this healing journey, and you have come a long way. So I feel like with this eyes, you can see people for who they are very clearly. You can, okay? And I feel like that's what your higher self is telling you. Your higher self is telling you to trust yourself, trust your eyes. Maybe don't go by the acts of people, because yes, you know there are people who can play and act a character, but they might not be that person. But you can see through the facade, and you might be someone who wants to help people to see that, and you are in that journey. Keep moving forward in that journey, right? I'm getting that. Maybe you speak about your experiences and you help other people, so keep doing that. You have come a long way. Don't doubt yourself. You have come a long way. That is something your higher self wants you to know. How much you have survived, how much you have healed. You have been in this healing journey for a very long time, and you haven't given up, and your higher self is very much appreciative of that. Okay. And I've been shown the Six of Wands energy. I don't know. You have overcome so many fears, so many challenges. You have gone through this phase where there were so many things that you used to be scared of, but you have risen above it, and you have faced those anxious thoughts, anxious fears, and you've come so far, and you need to be proud of yourself. Okay. That's something your higher self is telling you. Okay, so let's see group number 3. I feel like nowadays, maybe nothing scares you now. And yes, you shouldn't be scared of anything, right? I'm feeling like that. You have survived so much, and you will not go back to that kind of past energy, right? You will not, because you're so much, you have learned so much, you have grown so much, you have evolved so much. Like again, you have cried so much. I feel like that. And that's the thing, you have gone through so much of hardship in your life, and now you have survived that, and now you have a keen like again, it feels like you can see something that others can't see. You have that keen view, or you have this perception. I don't know how to say this. You have something. It's a gift of yours. Use it for your advantage, and you can share your stories. You can share your experiences, and it can help other people as well, right? I feel like one of the things I'm getting, like you might be an healer, like a wounded healer. I'm getting that energy, who has been wounded, and you have learned so much from your wounds, and you are helping other people, right? And keep doing that. Keep sharing your stories. Don't stop because someone doesn't believe in you or not, because there will be people who will come and we can see that people like that. Maybe there will be naysayers and all. Don't give your energy or attention to those, because there are people who you will be helping along the way. You will be helping people to come out of their comfort zone, to come out their hardships with this Saturn, right? You've gone through so much hardships, oh my god, and now you can share your stories, your experiences. Your high self is telling you to do that. So if you don't have a podcast, if you don't have a YouTube channel, if you don't have an Instagram page, this is your calling to start doing that, to share your experiences, share your stories, to write a book. So something like that. I'm getting that energy here. Yes, you need to be proud of you need to be so proud that you have overcome all these things, and now you have come to the stage. You have healed so much. Yes, maybe there is more healing that has to be done, but you have come so far. You got to be proud of yourself. That's something you need to know. And yes, you have gone through a lot, and that's the truth. Don't make it it's less nothing. No. Don't allow anyone to make it feel like that's not too much. It is okay. We have this releasing and the shell. You're coming out of the shell. You're coming out of the past. The past is not going to repeat. Yes, you're not going to repeat those challenges you have faced. You've learned so much. Now you can only move up, right? You can only go up. You cannot go down, because you've seen the worst, right? That's something your higher self's message is at this time. So what else? Consciousness. Wow. Again, that's the thing. You have a way of seeing things that others might not have around you, right? You're very conscious now, because again, when people go through traumas, or maybe they have a parent that was immature, or they might have a parent who was narcissistic, they are very aware of their environment. They're very aware of people around them. They become hyper vigilant. And yes, after that, after you have healed also, this gift is there within you. You become hyper vigilant. You can read the room. You can read the people. So that's the thing with this consciousness as well. Now you have this gift where you can give you attention to the things that requires, because you have this talent, right? You can actually remove yourself from places, people that are not good for you, because you have this big eyes now, right? That's something I'm getting here. So trust yourself. That's what your message is. Trust your path. Trust who you are. Believe in yourself. Believe in your own capabilities. Don't doubt yourself, right? Yes. I feel like be aware of other people's energy. If something doesn't feel right, yes, you have every right to remove those person, because you have every right to remove that person. You don't have to feel guilty, nothing like that. You know it's not good for you. Yes, and again, you know what is good for you, what is not good for you. You have this keen perception. I'm getting like that kind of vibe. Yeah, it's like it's like you can see through people's facade very clearly, because you've gone through that kind of experiences and you've healed through those experiences. Now you're not in that cycle where you're in trauma. No, you've overcome that, and now you can use this gift to your advantage. That's something your higher self is telling you. Okay, so let's see what else is the message here from your higher self. Okay, so you have love. Oh wow, yeah, you've gone through so much, but you have always chosen love. Yeah, there is this energy where hurt people hurt other people, broke people break other people, right? There is this analogy, and I've seen that in my life as well. When people don't heal, they break someone else. If they have gone through tough things, traumatic things, and if they don't heal themselves, they do the same for other people as well. They might even not realize that. But once a person recognizes that, right, they have gone through this much and they chose to heal themselves, they work on themselves, then there is this ultimate power, right, that you have, right? That's what it is. Yeah, because even though you were broke, you didn't choose to break other people. Yeah, even though you didn't get certain things, you wanted other people to have that. Like there is this massive difference when a person choose to heal themselves, right? And when they are healed, they want what they didn't get. So if you look at our society, many times the woman pass their trauma, like a mother passes their trauma to their daughter that she got from her mother, right? But here you are like, I got this trauma, I'm becoming very conscious, I want to heal this trauma, because I don't want to give it to my daughter. Like that's what it is. I don't want to give this trauma. I want to become more conscious, and I want to give love to her. So when I choose to heal myself, I change the world, because that's the energy here I'm getting here. You're choosing love. You're very conscious about that. Wow, that's the thing. This is the cycle pattern. This is the generational things that many times, in my life also, I would say, when I was not aware of it, I was giving my hurt to other people. You can see that how it works. I'll give you an example. For example, I'll give an example. When we are not conscious, this thing happens. So maybe I'll just give you a scenario, right? Like your parents were very hard on you, very strict, or maybe they used to abuse you. And what happens? That child is very hurt, and that child, if they're not conscious, like most of the time, they go and bully other people. It happens. We've seen that, right? That is a pattern. Again, if like for example, I'll just give an example. Like a husband goes and their boss is like very strict, and they bring all that unnecessary anger into the home, and they give it to their children, or maybe their wife, or maybe their wife, and the wife might give it to their children. And that's how it is. It's a pattern when you're not conscious, right? We're taking other people's energy and giving, like, again, the hurt, the pain, we're giving to other people. It is there, right? So here, that's the thing. For you guys, you've gone through so much, but that's the thing. You focused on love. Wow, this is about you. This is about you. Now, even though you've gone through so much, You chose to heal yourself because you didn't want to pass what you have gone through. You don't want to see whatever bad you have gone through. You don't want to see other people going through. You want to make this world a better place, and the one way to make this world a better place is by healing ourselves. You have recognized that, right? So again, this is like, you might have gotten a lot of traumas from your mother, but here you are working on yourself. You're conscious, you're always improving yourself. You have these big eyes, like again, you see for things what they are, and you focus on love. You're very conscious of love, like this is what I want to give to my daughter. I don't want to pass this to my daughter, so I need to work on myself, right? What I've survived, my daughter doesn't have to survive, right? That's the energy here, where what we got, we are not passing it on. And you're doing such an amazing job, and that's what your higher self wants you to know. Like maybe there are times when you doubt your path, or maybe there are times when you feel like you're not doing a good job, but you are. Okay, you are doing such an amazing job. You have gone through so much, and you have chosen to heal yourself rather than many people don't do that, right? Many people hurt other people, many people get into this drugs and all, they lose themselves completely. But you guys, you should be very proud of yourself. I'm getting goosebumps. It's like your higher self is like telling you, maybe recently you might have been a little hard on yourself because you might have felt like you made a mistake or something like that. You have come such a long way, and all you vibrate is in this energy of love. You're very conscious of your behavior. It feels like you're hyper vigilant for a reason, because you've seen you've seen the true nature of people, and you can see it very clearly. So don't be afraid to set boundaries. Maybe you have recently set boundary with a loved one of yours. It was required. Don't feel guilty about it. Nothing you have to feel guilty about. You need to prioritize your family, maybe your children, maybe the family that you're creating, and you have every right to protect it. Okay, so that's what it is. So your family, your life, how you want to move forward, that should be your priority. You don't have to give answers to everyone. You don't have to make everyone happy. So all you need to do is to focus on love, and you're doing that. You're doing an amazing job, and that's something your higher self wants you to know. Maybe you've been doubting yourself. Don't doubt now. Okay. Yes, the love is the highest frequency, and you know that. And you always choose love. Even though you've faced so much, you always choose love. Okay, so let's see group number 3. What else? So you have the spiritual union, and we have 5 financial and material changes, heartbreak. You have, look again, this is I feel like you have gone through a lot of heartbreak loss, but I really feel like you didn't stay there. You chose to rise out of it. I'm getting that energy very strongly. Many times people stay there, right? They're like, oh, my life is like that only, I cannot change anything, and they don't work on themselves. They stay there, right? But you know how you are like, how can I come out of it? How can I heal myself? You have been in this journey of that. I'm getting like you have been in this journey of focusing on love, because you know that love is the highest frequency. And it might have been so difficult for you guys, right? When you didn't get that love. When a person doesn't get that love, it's very hard for them to give that love. When a person has not seen that kindness in their life, it's very hard for them to share that kindness, right? But you chose to do that. You chose to give the kindness that you have never gotten. You chose to give that love that you have never gotten. Isn't that amazing? Not everyone can do that, right? Not everyone can do that. I'm feeling emotional here. Not everyone can do what you have done, and you should be proud of yourself. And that's exactly what your higher self is telling. You have survived so much. You have come a long way. You have come so much. Maybe right now you're a little bit critical or something. Nothing to be critical, because you have survived so much. You have risen so much. If you're comparing yourself to anyone, don't compare as well, because the people you might be comparing might not have gone through what you have gone through. They might have it safe, right? And when they have been brought up in a safe environment, it's easy for them to get the success. rather than a person who has not been brought up in a safe environment. Maybe they had certain privileges you didn't. So if you're finding yourself comparing yourself to any, like, yeah, you're comparing yourself, or maybe you feel like you're a little bit back, don't. You have come such a long way, and you need to be very, very, very proud of yourself. Okay, that's something. Your urgent message is, maybe right now there is something that is making you worry, and we have the spiritual union and destiny. You're destined for love, okay? You're destined for true love. So again, love and spiritual union. Again, this is the love of the universe. This is the love of the God. Yeah, again, that's the thing. Wow. Maybe you have survived financial problems. Yeah, if you have survived, yeah, maybe you have survived this in the past. You have come a long way, but maybe sometimes you compare yourself to other people. As I mentioned, don't do that. Don't do that. You had to let go of so many things. You have to heal so many things. That's the reason why you might feel like you're a little behind. But are you really behind? No. You're doing amazing. Okay, you're amazing. Okay, for some of you with this destiny and spiritual union, if you're single, definitely I would say that you're meant to have love in this lifetime. If you want kids, you're meant to have kids in this lifetime. If you're already married, you're here to have amazing relationship, amazing life. Okay, your past is not going to dictate your future, because you have chose not to engage in the energy of past, right? You have not chose to engage in hurt, fear, no, lack. You have chosen to engage in love. So be very conscious of it. The more you engage in love, the better your life gets. Yes, that's what I'm getting. And definitely you have certain because of your trauma, you have survived those trauma. You have certain gifts from that, because when a child is going through a lot of things, they're very, very vigilant of their environment. Again, if they have a father who's always angry, they prepare themselves for that. They prepare a way out of that. They have that, and you have that. Yeah, before it was for survival. Now you have survived, you have healed. Now it has become one of your gifts. You can use it in your life now in ways that will really be very helpful for you guys. Okay. So yes, the wheel of fortune, this is the destiny, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. There is good news with your heart desires. Again, spiritual union is like what you want, what you love. And we have harmony as well. So if you are wanting a relationship, yes, it's definitely there for you. If you're wanting a friendship, yes, it's definitely there for you. If you're wanting a family, yep, that's definitely there for you. If you want to do something that inspires you, yes, it's there for you. Okay, there is a lot of harmony coming your way. Okay, so let's see group number 3. Oh wow, community. Yes, you're here to have a community. You're here to have the people who will be like you, like-minded people. Yes, maybe you want a community. You wanted people who understand you. Again, you might even create a community of you might create a community that will that will be getting advantage because of the experiences you have gone. So again, if you are not on social media, or if you don't have a YouTube podcast, I would really recommend you to start and expressing yourself, sharing your stories. Really, you might be able to have a community of people who will really listen to you, and they will get the advantage from your experience. It will be really helpful, right? And if you already have it, I feel like it's going to grow for you guys. There is so much love coming for you guys. Okay, you will have a strong set of people, like-minded people. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Yes. Okay, so let's see the final message here. Group number 3. So you have, wow, unfolding surprise envelope. There is a good news on the horizon for you guys. So one of the urgent messages, there is something surprising coming your way. Maybe you are going to receive a message from someone, okay, special. Or maybe this is an important news that will make you very happy in the coming days. It is going to spark something within you. Okay, there is a good news, there is a surprise unfolding. So here, don't criticize yourself, don't feel like you have not done enough. Maybe if there is some sort of energy like that, please let go of it. Choose to be in this energy of love. Yes, you always do, but come back if you're a little bit not there right now. Come back, okay? So that's something your message is for group number 3. Hope it made sense, hope it resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Number 4, you have been drawn to this image, or if you have chosen using the last digit of your birth year, then the last digits for you are 0 and 8. So your higher self has an urgent message for you, or about the truth that you're not seeing, or about you that you might not be seeing. So it's like an urgent message from your higher self. And you have the woodcutter, and this is like an amazing story of the woodcutter who is like very hardworking, and one day his axe fell into the water, and then the mercury god came, and he gave a golden axe, and the woodcutter was like, no, it's not my axe, it's not my axe, I don't want that. Then he gives the silver axe, and then it's like, no, that's not also my axe, sorry. Then he gives the real one, and the god was very proud of that, very like proud of his honesty or something like that, and he rewards him. And then his neighbor sees that he got a lot of gold, so he willingly put his axe in the water, and he kind of lies, and that leads to destruction, right? So I think you know the story. That's the woodcutter story. So here it's like the woodcutter was very honest and authentic, right? So here, honesty and authenticity is going to take you a long way. It is going to give you all the rewards. Sometimes we feel like being honest is not going to give us anything, but that's not the truth at all. So here, with the story of the woodcutter, where you have been lying, where you have not been honest with yourself, this is the time to take a step back and sit with yourself and ask yourself, like, am I not honest with that, or am I not authentic with that? Where you have not been honest and authentic, it's time to take your power back there. Yes. And the group number 4, let's see the charms. Well, charms after that, the urgent message from your higher self. Look, we have to repair something. You have to cut off something. Yeah. Are you ready to cut off what doesn't serve you anymore? Like, again, something that is a lie that you have been telling yourself, right? It's time to let go of it, end that lie, and be authentic to yourself. Authenticity is going to take you very far, okay? Being honest with yourself, being loyal to yourself is what is going to take you very far. But sometimes in our mind, we feel like if we are authentic, if we are doing something that we love, it will not take us far. So sometimes we do something that doesn't feel right? So this is the time, this is your calling to nurture what feels right, to be honest with yourself, to do something that makes you happy. So to take a small step, maybe you don't have to do everything together. Maybe taking a small step will be good for you guys. Maybe for some of you, you want to study something. Go ahead, take one small step towards it, right? So what you can do, like, again, this is the thing, where you are not authentic, where you are not honest, sit with yourself, ask yourself. Honesty is required. Maybe there are certain lies that you're telling yourself, because maybe it's like a job that you don't like, right? But you're lying to yourself that this is the job I like because it pays me. But at the end of the day, it's just not satisfying you. So maybe right now you don't have to quit that job. Let it go. But maybe what you can do to fulfill something in you, like what you love to do, maybe taking that small step towards it, small step towards your dreams and desires, making time for that is important. And if we are telling ourselves like, I don't have time, you will never have time, because that is also something we are telling ourselves. But that's not the truth. If we tell ourselves, I have time for this also, I have time for my desires also, you will eventually make time for that, because our brain works like that. So there is something about you, there is a skill, there is a talent within you. Maybe you have turned away from it because you feel like you don't have time, or you don't have that patience, or you don't have that Yeah, maybe you feel like it will not pay you well, or whatever it is. Something is kind of stopping you from taking action towards it, or yeah, from nurturing that skill. But it's there in your heart, right? It's time to pursue it. It's time to take action on it. It's been dead. Like, again, it's like a hobby or something that you love to do. It's been dead. It's been there. Maybe the everything, it's in your cupboard, but it's closed. You have not used it. It's time to get back to it. Use it. It's time to take action on it. That's something your higher self is telling you. So it's time to be very, very authentic with yourself and sit with yourself. Yeah, and ask yourself, get back to the things that you love. Make time for it. Yeah, okay, so let's see what else group number 4 wants you to know. Trust. Okay, and we have sadness. Again, it feels like you have a mind, right? Oh, yeah, it will not give me anything. It will lead to only disaster. Nothing will come out of it. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to start it. So maybe for some of you, you are like that. You love something, right? Again, this is what it is. I'm getting this energy of like you're not nurturing this thing that you love to do. There is something in your heart that you love to do. But again, you feel like it is not going to give you the results. It will only lead to sadness. It will only lead to disappointment. That's the reason why you're not even starting it, right? Yeah. Again, even before starting, you're thinking about the outcome, and you're thinking how it will not work and how it is not going to give you what you want. So again, for example, you're having a job. You might not be satisfied with the job, but it's paying you well. But again, now you have this passion that you have closed, and you feel like you have no time to do it. And even if you think about this passion of yours, maybe you want to learn something is there. You feel like, oh, this will eventually lead to sadness, disappointment. What is the use of nurturing it? What is the use of making time for it? So you never make time for it. And here your higher self message is like, trust this thing, believe in it. And that's when the magic happens. Look, again, if you look at these two cards, one thing is common. This is the inner and the outer, and that's when the magic happens. This is the Visika pieces, I think, and here also you can see that the two circles are intersecting, and when these two circles are in alignment, that's when we are going to create the magic, the love, right? So again, I've always talked about, when we have a desire, when we love something, universe, if we are believing in it, universe is going to give us what we want. But here, that's the thing. You love something, but you don't have the trust that you will get to the outcome, because your logical mind is kind of making it very hard for you to trust. Because again, it's like, yeah, even if I take action on it, nothing will come out of it. I'm not that talented anyways. Like, all those lies that you feed yourself is kind of stopping you from trusting the unknown. But here, yeah, you don't have to quit your job, as I mentioned. Yes, maybe you don't like your job. Okay, it's paying you well. Okay, go and do that. But maybe start to nurture this thing. Make a little bit time. Take a small step one day and trust it. Give it time. Things will change. Because always small steps create big changes. But are you ready to take that one small step? That's what the question is. And the next question is, do you believe in the magic of the universe? Do you believe that magic can happen? Do you believe that, right? Things can just work out and we never thought it would work out, right? There are many times that have happened, miracles have happened, but do you believe in it? Do you trust divine? Or if you're like just focusing on it will not work out, it's not going to be that, if you're very logical, then you are not trusting, right? Yes, let's see what else here. Group number 4. Again, the celestial beings. It's like the magic is what universe is kind of like, your higher self is talking about the celestial beings. Sometimes, things work out. We have seen that. Sometimes people have manifested the impossible. There are so many experiences like that. In my own life, I've seen a lot of magic happening. Maybe it's not big magic, but small magic. Definitely I have seen it. Yeah, but we have to trust it. If we trust it, if we believe it, that's when we see it. Believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. You might be like, if I see, I believe. It's not going to work out. So here definitely, if you believe in yourself and you take small steps right now, it is going to create big impact in your life. But if you are like not making time for it, not nurturing it, then you will be in the same loop, right? Same things that you don't want will happen. And look again, the vibrational, again, everything is vibration. Yeah, again, a person who has risen their vibration, it's like a person who is in a high vibration. They trust universe. They don't want everything. They don't need to know everything. Like, they like this work, they're doing it, and they're getting the results. It's that sometimes it's very hard for us to have that faith, and that is exactly what you need to nurture. You need to nurture faith, you need to nurture trust, you need to believe in your own skills, you need to believe in your own talents. So why not take a chance? Yes, why not do something like by side? Try it, right? Be consistent with it. Be consistent with your trust as well. That's what your higher self is telling you. Okay, so let's see group number 4. Awareness, magician, and then we have, wow, okay, we have 9, fulfillment of wishes. This group, you're not even seeing how powerful you are, how powerful of a manifester you are. You're not using your skills to your advantage, guys. That's what I have to say. Because of the lack of trust that you have not been completely authentic with yourself, and that is the only reason why you are not seeing the life that you want to see in your reality, because you're not trusting it. That's the thing, because you feel like you have to do this thing. You feel like you cannot be authentic. That's the reason why you're not being shown the way. But once you believe that what I want is possible, that's when your awareness completely shifts, isn't it? Again, the sacral chakra, it's about your gifts. Again, the sacral chakra is about your gift, your self-worth, your self-esteem. Maybe you feel like, maybe this is not worthy, this talent of mine is not worthy, it will not make me money. I like it, but maybe it will not make me money. Yeah, again, that the logical mind is coming between. Maybe you have a family to feed. Maybe you have you have to take care of the people that you love, and that can be the thing. You are not ready to take risk. And yes, your higher self is not telling you to take risk. Your higher self is telling you to believe in the impossible. And your higher self is not telling you just quit everything and do what you love. No. Your higher self is telling you to be a little bit honest with yourself and what you want. Like, when you sit with yourself and ask yourself those questions and ask yourself where you have not been honest, then you might get some sort of understanding. And once you get understanding, you will be aware of a lot of your habits that is kind of stopping you from taking action. And once you start taking action, small things, I feel like small changes in your lifestyle is only required. And those small changes will lead to big things. Because the small changes, when you are changing things and you're trusting divine, it is going to create magic in your life. But again, that's the thing. That's what it is, the obstacle, I feel like. You are very logical. And I feel like one of the things that is like perfectionism is there. You want everything to be perfect right from the start. It's not going to happen like that. Nothing is perfect. You need to embrace that imperfectionism. Then consistency. A little bit of procrastination is there. I feel like that, where you are like, oh, it is going to be hard, I have to start again, no, I'm not ready, what if it leads to pain, no. So maybe you kind of run away from certain things that you feel. Maybe you're running away from your own calling, in a calling. This is the time to notice that and take action on it. This is what the message is. Like, again, there is some sort of gifts and talent, there is this unique thing in you that you are so good at, but somehow, somewhere, you're not taking action on it because you feel like it's not worthy, that I'm not good enough, I'm not talented enough, it is not going to give me what I want, or it is not going to pay my bills. That's something like that is kind of stopping you. Yeah, so again, your higher self is not telling you to change everything, quit your job, leave. Yeah, it's not that. This is like where you can be honest, like small things, small steps. Consistent small steps. Be consistent with it. As you're consistent with small step, again, the small steps you're taking, small changes you're doing in your daily life will really create a huge impact, huge change in 1 year. So the harmony also, yeah, you got to make a decision with that. You got to sit with yourself and ask yourself, when I'm not honest, why I feel like this will not work out. Am I, yeah, maybe you're making assumptions by yourself. You're kind of micromanaging everything. You think that it's not going to work out. So now what's the use? Yeah. So it's time to trust yourself. Like as you trust yourself, you trust divine. And that's the thing. That's when the that's when the magic happens, right? So maybe for some of you, if you can have a spiritual ritual every day, that will be very beneficial. Stick with that first and see the changes happening. And once you are making that routine like a ritual, you will be able to recognize what your intuition is trying to tell you, what you really want. You will be able to recognize that as well. Okay, so let's see what else here. Group number 4. Yeah, squirrel, always prepared, and keeper of secrets. Oh wow, always prepared. You're the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life distraction take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Again, the squirrel is very naughty also, right? They run around, they're always prepared. Again, maybe that is also the thing, you think too much about your future, you plan too much, and that's the reason why you feel like it's not going to happen. So maybe there is this creativity that you have, that exists within you, you're not using. You need to express your creativity. Group number 4, as I mentioned, you don't have to do it in big way, you can do it in small ways. That's something I'm getting here. Very important. What is it? What is that thing that you really love but you're not expressing? Maybe because you're making that excuses like no time, or maybe it will not work out. That is what you need to let go of here. And we have keeper of secrets. Maybe you are someone who don't express yourself that much to the people around you. Maybe you need to start expressing yourself more. Yeah, maybe you don't share what you're feeling in your heart to anyone. You always tend to keep a secret. Yeah, maybe you don't talk about your past. You don't talk about anything. You keep it and you do it by yourself. You're always prepared. You're always like, I can do it. I can handle it. Maybe you can trust someone in your life and share your secrets with them. Maybe they will be also helpful. They will help you in some way in your journey. Maybe there is a person in your life who can help you, maybe a friend, a partner. Maybe opening up to them is also going to be very beneficial for you guys. Maybe they will show you something that you're not seeing, right? So take time out from the world and be the observer. Again, it's like there is something that you need to observe. You need to observe yourself, I would say, where you're not honest with yourself. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secret and keep them secret. In silence and solitude, you will find strength. But mostly, this is what I'm feeling like. Yeah, for you guys, what I'm getting is like there is something that you don't share with people. Maybe this is like there is an idea that you have, or maybe there is something that you want to express, or maybe you have a plan or something like that. You try to do it by yourself, and that kind of make you sit. Like again, you're not able to move forward because you're doing everything by yourself. But maybe when you share this plan with someone else, maybe they will have some ideas that will really help you. Okay, that's something I'm getting here for you guys. Group number 4. Okay, so let's see the final message. Okay, it's on the floor. Let me take it. Cat. Again, the cat, the jealous and gossip. The cat also, again, the lynx, I'm not going to pronounce it. Lynx, I'm going to butcher it. So yeah, so the cat, look at these two energies. Like they are like looking, like they have their own boundaries. They have their own secrets. Maybe you're afraid of other people's judgment. Maybe what other people will think about this thing. So you just don't share it with other people. Maybe there are plans, there is something that you really want to express, but you're not sharing it with people, you're keeping it to yourself, maybe a problem, something you're dealing with. Maybe it's time to share because there is someone in your life who might give you a completely new way of thinking and it will change your awareness. It will do some tricks. Yeah, it will change something in you that will be very helpful for you guys. That is something your higher self is telling you. Okay? Yep, that's the message I'm receiving for group number 4. Hope it made sense. Hope it resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.